To make her husband regret his actions, the woman volunteered to become part of a human cryogenic experiment. It all began on the day of her mother's funeral. She had just buried her most loved one, only to witness the man she had been in love with for years proposing to another woman. With nothing left to hold on to, she applied to be cryogenically frozen. When the doctor asked for confirmation, she gave a firm nod. He handed her a death certificate and granted her 7 days to say goodbye to the world. But she said there was nothing left to say goodbye to. As she turned to leave, the giant screen in the background flashed with the man's face. He was smiling proudly, speaking to the press about their love story, and even named his company after her. The doctor, puzzled, asked if she really wanted to give up on someone she had loved so deeply. She didn't reply, just stared at the screen with tears in her eyes. Later, as she tucked away the death certificate, the man returned home. He kissed her hand apologetically, saying he'd been busy preparing for their wedding celebration. Then, with a wide grin, he presented her with a dress he had personally designed. "Do you like it?" he asked. She gave him a soft smile, but her eyes had already caught the lipstick smudge on his neck, a kiss mark not from her. Still, he laughed happily, unaware that she had seen everything. Then she took out her own gift, a beautifully wrapped box. Inside was her official death notice. When the man reached for it, she stopped him and said, "Open it in 7 days. It's a surprise." He nodded, clueless, and embraced her. "I love you," he whispered. She smiled coldly, her mind elsewhere, focused on the countdown that had just begun. The next day, she packed up all her belongings and marked the calendar. Later, as she ended a phone call with a friend, the man arrived with a bouquet of sunflowers. She looked at the flowers and asked calmly, "How long have you kept up the Sunday flower delivery tradition?" He replied nonchalantly, "5 years. The answer made her flash back to the moment he first confessed his love. Back then, he swore he'd never betray her. Now, he was still saying he loved her, but handed her a ring identical to the one his mistress wore. She stared at him in quiet heartbreak. Trying to keep things together, she brought up the promise he made all those years ago. He repeated it, word for word. Her smile faltered. At that moment, the mistress called. He claimed it was a work call and stepped away, then left the house, saying he had urgent business. On the third day, the woman put on the dress he had designed for her. His employees praised his dedication and craftsmanship, and even her best friend expressed admiration. But when she changed out of the dress, a talk show on TV caught her attention. To her shock, the man's mistress had become the official face of his brand. The friend, unaware of the betrayal, asked why the mistress had been chosen as the brand ambassador. The woman stayed silent, her heart sinking. The mistress then went on to gush about the man's thoughtfulness, flaunting her own bouquet of Sunday sunflowers. Every sweet surprise the woman once thought was unique had also been given to the other woman. As she watched the man smiling proudly during the interview, something inside her shattered. Then an audience member brought up his relationship with the woman, praising their love story. But the man quickly brushed it off and redirected attention to the mistress, reaffirming his love for her. The mistress ended the interview with a bold statement. "Tonight, you'll witness our love." Unable to bear the blow, the woman gasped for air and nearly collapsed. The man rushed to her side, full of concern, and helped her into the car. When he asked how she was feeling, she quietly replied, "I'm fine." Then, right in front of her, he answered the mistress's call and agreed to meet her. Without hesitation, he handed the woman off to her best friend and drove away. Later, as she got into a taxi, the woman turned to her friend and said calmly, "Follow that car." She wanted her friend to see the truth for herself, what kind of man he really was.